This year, we celebrate 20 amazing years.
And we want to say thank you.
Because of you, we've become innovative, creative, and committed to providing the best customer service in the Bahamas.
Because of you,
we have given back to our community.
We are proud to serve our Bahamas with cable television, the nation's fastest broadband internet, and reliable phone service.
And that's all because of you.
Thank you for inspiring us,
motivating us,
and believing in us.
Thank you.
For 20 years!
Government's Baha Mar winding up petition adjourned to February. Opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis demands definitive answers on national health insurance. Local web shop operators aim to help those with gambling addiction. Plus, the Zonta Club paints Poinciana orange. We've got those stories and more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and MB12 starts right now. The winding up petition for Baha Mar has been adjourned to February 1st, 2016. Supreme Court Justice Ian Winder adjourned the matter this morning following a request by the government. According to attorney Alfred Sears, who represents the Joint Provisional Liquidators, the adjournment will allow Baha Mar's receivers and the Joint Provisional Liquidators more time to reach a resolution.
What it means is that the receivers, as was mentioned to the court, will be speaking and exploring opportunities to mobilize the project so that it's either sold or it is completed. And while no details were given, discussions are underway with prospective purchasers for the project.
Prime Minister Perry Christie spoke of potential purchasers for Baha Mar. Prime Minister Perry Christie spoke of potential purchasers for Baha Mar 2 weeks ago, telling reporters Baha Mar has cited a lot of the big players in the world, and he expects a decision on Baha Mar's future to be made before the end of the year. The February 1st adjournment was requested by government, and there were no objections by any of the creditors who were present in court. Sears said as work continues to get the project moving, the provisional liquidators remain in discussions with government and the receiver managers on behalf of China Exim Bank. Those discussions, he said, center on determining a division of duties going forward between the liquidators and the receivers.
The receivers managers are seeking funding in the interim so that the employees and the necessary suppliers would be covered in terms of salary as well as in terms of payments.
Last month, 2,000 employees were let go from the resort, but a reduced workforce was retained to assist the provisional liquidators in maintaining the development. While the future of the Baha Mar project remains unclear, Sears said the relationship between the provisional liquidators and the receivers has been cooperative, and all of the stakeholders involved appreciate the importance of the project being mobilized as quickly as possible.
I think every Bahamian recognizes that this project is important because it has a direct impact on the sovereign rating of the country, and no one would want there to be any further downgrades of the Bahamian economy. It's also important because of the number of employees who have been affected. It's important in terms of the revenue that it will generate in taxes for the government, as well as the multiplier effect it would have on Bahamian entrepreneurs, contractors, suppliers. So it's a very significant project for the Bahamas.
A police officer was charged today with unlawful sexual intercourse with a 15-year-old girl. 44-year-old Dwight Roll appeared before Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt this afternoon. The incident allegedly occurred between February and March of this year. Roll was granted bail in the amount of $5,000, and the magistrate ordered that Roll is to have no contact with the 15-year-old. Roll was shielded from the media as Ferguson Pratt requested for him not to be put in a cell, but allowed one phone call to sort out his bail arrangements. The matter was adjourned to January 26, 2016. In other news, pointing to the government's disjointed plan for the introduction of national health insurance, Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis says the Christie administration needs to stop playing politics with the Bahamian people and provide definitive answers on the scheme. Vonnie Toot reports.
Opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis says it would be totally irresponsible for the Christie administration to launch national health insurance in January 2016 when officials still don't seem to know how much the scheme will cost and who will be the primary health care providers. He's predicting government officials will announce the delay of the program before January 1st.
I see nothing happening. I see the Prime Minister making an announcement just before Christmas that due to some unforeseen circumstances, we will delay the registration, and whether they will use the hurricane or some other problems that we face, I don't know. But they will find something to delay it. But there are too many unanswered questions, and they are being very, very irresponsible.
Government has not yet provided answers to key questions relating to NHI several weeks ahead of its planned implementation, but a report completed by a consultant points to Phase 1 starting in January 2016 with the registration of eligible beneficiaries. Minnis, who served as Minister of Health under the last Ingram administration, says he has concerns about this.
I have my doubts. They have made many promises that they could not keep. I think this is another one. Registration requires that you must know who will be the primary care provider. Up to today, they have not come to any conclusion or agreement with the physicians as to them being who will be the primary care provider. They must come to a cost that has not been agreed upon yet. They must also make determination as to what will be the qualifications of the physicians whom they are asking to deliver this primary care.
The report, written by Sanagest International President James Hersone, places the cost of 4 phases of NHI at $7 million for Phase 1 and $400 million for Phase 4. However, government officials have not yet provided definitive answers on costing. At this late stage, Minnis says that is unacceptable, asserting there has been nothing but pure politics and pure confusion.
First of all, you cannot enter a program not knowing the cost. That is very, very irresponsible. If you're going to roll out a plan, what happened to the marketing strategy? Where would the registration occur? Have you informed the personnel within the various buildings wherever the registration will occur? The public has not been informed yet.
PricewaterhouseCoopers partner Gowan Bowe has also expressed concern about the lack of information, insisting there is no reason why government shouldn't be able to determine the cost of implementation given the country's small population size. He suggested that such considerations are not rocket science. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonnie Toot.
Marco City MP Greg Moss is standing by C. Alan Johnson as the choice for chairman of the United Democratic Party, despite the resurfacing of videos on social media with Johnson demeaning a woman using vile descriptions. Some people have questioned Moss's party's choice for chairman and have also questioned the MP's judgment in his affiliation with Johnson as a result of the videos. Moss said he has not seen the videos. When contacted for comment, Moss told the Nassau Guardian, "I have the greatest respect for Mr. Johnson." He said, quote, "If anyone has any particular issue they want to raise, they should raise the issue and not in a happenstance or a slighted way, but just raise it in a substantive way. Point to what they are talking about, and I'm sure he will respond to it." In the videos, Johnson describes certain acts he claimed he performed on a woman using demeaning terms. When told about this, Moss responded again that he has not seen the videos. When offered a chance to respond to the matter, Johnson told the Nassau Guardian he had no comment at this time. You're watching the best in Bahamian news. There's more when NB12 returns.